Hello everyone, welcome back. In this video lecture, I will discuss the equivalent circuit of transformer. For the equivalent circuit of transformer, it is required to know about the various losses in the transformers, and then I will discuss the regulation and efficiency of the transformer. So let us start with the equivalent circuit. For equivalent circuit of transformer, first we know rules for referring impedance. Means what are the rules to refer various impedances at the primary side to the secondary side, or various impedances at the secondary side to the primary side. Now, for developing equivalent circuit of a transformer, it is required to refer the parameters from the primary to the secondary or the secondary to the primary. These parameters are resistance, reactance, impedance, current and voltage. For the referring either from primary to secondary or secondary to primary, turns ratio is the important parameters. Now let us see how turns ratio is important. Let us assume we are talking about the impedances at the primary side. Means the impedances in the primary and secondary windings are Z1 is equal to V1 by I1 at the primary side, where you can consider that V1 is the supply AC voltage and I1 is the current flowing through the primary coils or primary windings. And Z2 at the load side, the impedance Z2 is equal to V2 by I2. Now, when we write Z1 by Z2, it is V1 by I1 and V2 by I2. It means it is V1 by V2 and I2 by I1. We know that V1 by V2 is equal to turns ratio, as well as I2 by I1 is also a turns ratio. So A into A is equal to A square. It means Z1 by Z2 is equal to A square. Now see this ratio. From this ratio, we can conclude that Z1 is equal to Z2 into A square. Means when we referring the secondary impedances to the primary, it will multiplied by the A square. And when we take Z2, Z2 is equal to Z1 by A square. So from this simple derivation, simple Z1 by Z2 ratio, we can conclude following points. These points are: R1 in the primary becomes R1 by A square when referred to the secondary. R2 in the secondary becomes A square into R2 when referred to the primary, where R1 and R2 is the resistance in primary side and secondary side respectively. X1 in the primary becomes X1 by A square when referred to the secondary, and X2 in the secondary becomes A square into X2 when referred to the primary, where X1 and X2 is the reactance in primary side and secondary side respectively. So when referred from primary to secondary, impedance, resistance and reactance are divided by A square, and when referred to secondary to primary, it is going to multiplied by A square. Now see this example for referring impedance. The number of primary and secondary turns of a single phase transformer are 330 respectively. The secondary coil is connected with a load impedance of 4 ohm. Means at secondary side the ZL is equal to 4 ohm. Find turns ratio, load impedance referred to the primary, means we have to refer from secondary to the primary. So we use formula, the secondary impedance is going to be multiplied with the A square, and when referred from primary to secondary, it is divided by A square. So here we multiplied the ZL with A square. And third, primary current if the primary coil voltage is 220 volt. The value of turns ratio is very simple, N1 by N2, 300 by 30, it is 10. The value of the load impedance referred to the primary is ZL dash is equal to A square into ZL, 10 square into 4, 400 ohm. And the value of current, primary current is I1 is equal to V1 by ZL dash, because ZL in the secondary side is referred at the primary side, which is equal to the 400 ohm. The meaning of referring means if 4 ohm load is at the secondary side, it can be replaced equivalently in the primary side equal to the 400 ohm. So I1 is equal to V1 by ZL dash square, 220 divided by 400. So for finding this current, you must refer the secondary resistance or secondary impedance into the primary impedance. If you are not referred, you are not able to calculate the primary current I1. So the voltage is given 220 volt. It is 220 volt divided by 400 is equal to 0.55 ampere. For equivalent circuit of transformer, we must know the major losses of transformers. The losses that occur in real transformers have to be accounted for in any accurate model of transformer behavior. The major items to be considered in the construction of such model, the first one is copper losses. Copper losses is also known as the I square R losses, and it is a resistive type of losses. As you know, there is some loss in the resistor due to the heating behavior of the wires. So the copper losses are the resistive heating losses in the primary and secondary windings of the transformer. They are proportional to the square of the current in the winding. So remember that copper loss is the I square R losses, and it is proportional to the square of the current in the winding, that is I square R. The second is eddy current loss. Eddy current losses are resistive heating losses in the core, while the first one is in the wires, it is in the coil. While eddy current losses are resistive heating losses in the core of the transformer, and they are proportional to the square of the voltage applied to the transformer. The next loss is hysteresis loss. Hysteresis losses are associated with the rearrangement of the magnetic domains in the core during each half cycle. The rearrangement of magnetic domains means whatever the path flows whatever the path follow in the first half cycle is not same as the second half cycle. So the area covered by the first half cycle and the second half cycle is known as the hysteresis losses. They are a complex non-linear function of the voltage applied to the transformer. The next is leakage flux. These fluxes are earlier explained. It is the leakage flux in the primary winding as well as the secondary winding. The fluxes which escape the core and pass through only one of the transformer winding are called as leakage flux. Earlier I have explained it makes path with the one winding and the surrounding airs. So these fluxes are escaped within the air. So these escaped fluxes produces a leakage inductance in the primary and secondary coils, and the effects of this inductance must be accounted for making equivalent circuit of a transformer. Now these are the points for the equivalent circuit of a transformer. The first point is windings of transformer are not connected electrically. The windings are magnetically coupled with each other, as you know. So in the equivalent circuit, the related parameters need to be transferred either from the primary to the secondary or secondary to the primary. So there is a requirement of referring impedance, which I explained earlier. The second point, copper losses are resistive losses in the primary and secondary windings of the transformer core. So they are modeled by placing a resistor R1 in the primary circuit of the transformer and resistor R2 in the secondary circuit of the transformer. So in equivalent circuit, if R1 is written, it means it is the electrical model of copper losses in the primary side, and R2 means it is the electrical model at the secondary side. The leakage flux will be modeled by primary inductor X1 at the primary side and secondary inductor X2 at the secondary side. The magnetization current Im is a current proportional to the voltage applied to the core and lagging the applied voltage by 90 degree. So it can be modeled by a reactance Xm connected across the primary voltage source. In previous lecture, you've seen that the current Im is lagging behind 90 degree due to the inductive nature of the coil, and these are modeled as reactance Xm, M for mutual. And the last, the core loss current IH plus E. H plus E means H for hysteresis and E for eddy. So hysteresis loss plus eddy current loss. So these are the core losses, is a current proportional to the voltage applied to the core that is in phase with the applied voltage. So it can be modeled by a resistance RC connected across the primary voltage source. So why we had chosen the resistor? Because it is in phase, and out of resistor, capacitor and inductor, for the resistor, voltage and current always are in phase, as you know. So these are the modeling. I hope you can understand the next diagram. See this diagram, equivalent circuit of transformer. This is ideal transformer. N1 is the number of turns at the primary side, N2 is the number of turns at the secondary side. E1 is EMF induced at primary, E2 is EMF induced at secondary. R1 is primary resistance R2 is secondary resistance due to copper loss. X1 and X2 is primary reactance and secondary reactance, as I explained. And then at the primary side, you can see that there is a XM and RC. RC is due to the hysteresis plus eddy current loss, that is the core losses. So core resistance for these losses are modeled as RC, and XM is due to the magnetization current IM. So at the primary side, R1, X1, RC, IM, and at the secondary side, R2, X2 are there. So this is the modeling for the transformer. Now, why there is a need for modeling a transformer? What is the need of equivalent circuit of transformer? Let us say in any electrical or electronic circuit, if there is a use of transformers, then for the analysis of circuit, we require to keep all the circuits as well as transformer at the same voltage level. So there is a need to convert the physical transformer into an equivalent electrical circuit which can be at the same voltage level with the remaining circuit, and it can be analyzed easily. However, if you make this circuit, it will not work practically as a transformer. So it is just a model, not a transformer. So here you can see that the figure below is an accurate model of transformer. It is not a very useful one to analyze practical circuit containing transformer. It is normally necessary to convert the entire circuit to an equivalent circuit at a single voltage level, as I discussed just. But for solving this, we must refer all the reactance, resistance, impedances at the primary to the secondary side, or referred all these R2 and X2 at the secondary side to the primary side. So you must know the referring of impedances for the transformer, as I explained earlier. We can make the exact equivalent circuit, and in this the secondary side is referred to the primary side. So primary side is as it is, R1, X1, RC and IM, while the resistance at the secondary side R2 and X2 is referred at the primary side, and it is written as R2 dash and X2 dash, as well as the current is I2 dash, the voltage across the secondary is V1 dash, and the ZL, that is load resistance, is referred as ZL dash. So we must know the value of R2 dash, X2 dash, I2 dash, V2 dash and ZL dash. So these all are referred from secondary to primary. So the value are, except the current, the all are going to be multiplied by either turns ratio or square of the turns ratio. For example, R2 dash is equal to A square R2, X2 dash is equal to A square X2, ZL dash is equal to A square ZL, I2 dash is equal to I2 by A, and V2 dash is equal to A into V2. So this model is called as the exact equivalent circuit model of the transformer. However, by taking some approximation, you can also make the approximate circuit for the approximate equivalent circuit of the transformer. There is a one more exact equivalent circuit. See this circuit. The difference is, in this circuit the primary side is referred to the secondary side. So all the parameters, all the impedance, resistance and reactance at the primary side written in terms of dash, R1 dash, X1 dash, like that. and the value is divided by turns ratio. R1 dash is equal to R1 by A square, X1 dash is equal to X1 by A square, I1 dash is equal to A into I1, V1 dash is equal to V1 by A, IH plus E dash is equal to A into IH plus E, IM dash is equal to A into IM, and I0 dash is equal to A into I0. So there are two ways referred from secondary to primary or primary to secondary. Comparing these two, you feel that the first one, in which we referred secondary parameters into the primary parameters, are less complex. Now this is the approximate equivalent circuit. So where there is approximations, for approximations the no load current is very small as compared to the rated primary current. Therefore there is a negligible voltage drop due to R1 and X1. In this condition, it can be assumed that the voltage drop across the no load circuit is the same as the applied voltage without any significant error. The approximate equivalent circuit can be drawn by shifting the no load circuit across the supply voltage V1. And the figure is like that. Here there is a RC, that is the core losses due to the hysteresis and eddy. I1, I2 dash, R equivalent and X equivalent. Now at the primary side, these all are the referred. Now R equivalent is R1 plus R2 dash. R2 is referred from secondary to primary, and it is just direct added with the R1. This is the approximation. So R equivalent is equal to R1 plus A square R2, X equivalent is equal to X1 plus A square X2, Z equivalent is equal to R equivalent plus JX equivalent, that is the total impedance. RC is equal to V1 by IH plus E, current due to hysteresis and eddy, and XM magnetizing reactance is equal to V1 by magnetizing current IM. So this is the approximate equivalent circuit of transformer. Similarly, you can refer in previous diagram, there is a I1 and I2 dash, means secondary is referred to primary. You can also refer the primary into the secondary, in which